welcome back to Popcorn and Beers, where some use tomatoes and others use thumbs. We use the stuff that gets you drunk.
Hey, it's the popcorn, and we do the thing. Beep, 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 boo. Hee hee. Keeping it light tonight. Well, maybe not too light. I have a little sip of that cinnamon.
Fireball.
When you want to get the frat house jumping. All right. Double Chico. Hey, hey. So what are we talking about? We're talking about the Academy, eh?
We are so sorry for not being able to join you at our usually regularly scheduled time for this week, but we had people getting sick, we had weddings, we had transatlantic flights. We were all over the place, but we could not let the week slip by without giving you our Oscar predictions. So this episode's a bit special. We did it last year, and we did the full shebang. We predicted everything. And we predicted it at about a 70% clip. We were fairly successful. We did an okay job. But still, that felt a little mundane with that model. So I am sure Jordan and Josh will slip in and out of the episode. I am here by myself. Don't worry. The whole crew is together again starting on this Tuesday. We want to make sure we're bringing you a great show. So this week's show is going to be action-packed. I promise you. We have Dune 2 ready to be revealed. Our ratings on that. We've got some Amazon original films, some Netflix original films. We've got 2 drunk classics for you, and we've got 2 butter on tops for you. But without any further ado, our Oscar predictions.
So we got our picks. We got some picks to talk about. I think we better save what? You want to save Best Picture for last or first, or what do you want to do?
Let's go first.
Let's go first. All right, yeah. Best Picture. Who's on the list?
They filled out the category. You've got 10 contenders.
Yeah. All right. Our nominees are American Fiction, starring Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah.
One of those movies that's like, where do I watch this movie? If it's such the best picture, where do I actually access it? Anatomy of a Fall. Okay. I think it's like a German movie or some kind of foreign film, I think. French or something. Barbie. The Holdovers with Paul Giamatti.
That's a little sleeper right there.
Yeah, I've heard good things. Killers of the Flower Moon. We all know. Maestro with Bradley Cooper. Past Lives. I don't know.
Well, that's the one Fry reviewed.
I've never seen it. Poor Things. Emma Stone.
Porn Things.
Did I skip Oppenheimer? Did I say Oppenheimer is one?
Oppenheimer, it's a shoe-in, you know.
And the Zone of Interest. The Zone of Interest, and that's it.
What's your pick?
I'm gonna.
Wait, are we gonna go with what you think is gonna win or what you want to win? Because that's important to delegate or delineate.
I'll differentiate. I mean, I'll say both are the same for me as Oppenheimer. I gave it a popcorn and 3. I said it's one of the best movies I've seen in a very long time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
I wouldn't be surprised if Oppenheimer won. I didn't get the chance to see it yet. I feel like a fool because I missed it. Seems like one of those movies you need to see in the theater, so I'll have to wait 5 years until the rescreening at the Art House Theater. I only saw Barbie as far as I know. I would love to hear that American Fiction won. Jeffrey Wright is a killer, and the premise sounds amazing. I'm going to go with probably Oppenheimer. It would be nice if Barbie won, but Barbie's not going to win. Come on. Not this award, at least.
And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be Oppenheimer. It's not going to be close, I think. Oppenheimer has led the way for Best Picture the entire time. I loved Killers of the Flower Moon, but it's going to be Oppenheimer this year.
Although I am ignorant as to the whole list, I did make a few little picks for things because I'm so ignorant as to today. I went into the past and made a few picks. So in 2000, in the year of our Lord, American Beauty won Best Picture, and it somehow beat Green Mile. Green Mile should have won, and I'm upset about it, okay? Green Mile aged way better. Green Mile had a lot more heart. American Beauty was clever with the cinematography, so it should have won that Oscar, not Best Picture. Come on, Green Mile should have won. Anyway, let's move on.
That my mouth missed the jingle.
He peed his pants.
All right, next category. We've got actor in a leading role.
Actor. That's man.
The nominees are Bradley Cooper for Maestro,
Yes.
Coleman Domingo for Rustin, Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer, and Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction.
It's going to be between Paul Giamatti and Cillian Murphy. And again, I would rather hear Paul Giamatti speak at the Oscars and give his speech, but I do believe it's going to be Cillian Murphy here walking away with the Oscar for Oppenheimer. Did a fantastic job.
I would like to point out once and for all, it is Cillian Murphy, so we should all just stop. It's Cillian.
I don't.
It's,
it is.
It's Cillian. Yeah, it's official.
How do you know?
I looked it up a lot. I Googled it many times.
I want to hear it come out of his own mouth. I want to see it come out of his own mouth.
He won't tell you. He's not. No, I'm not telling you. Anyway, what are you gonna call it? Cillian Murphy? Skillian?
Yeah, Skillian.
Is he gonna get the award?
Rapscallion Murphy. Yeah. He's both for me.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Bradley Cooper, I'm told, does it. He's got a habit of transforming, and that leads me to my point of previous years. Bradley Cooper was vastly overlooked for A Star is Born. He transformed. And just, oh, by the way, I can sing really well and write songs really well, and he did it only for this part. Anyway, also, once upon a time, Kevin Spacey got Best Actor for American Beauty back in the day. No. Kevin Spacey got Best Actor for Usual Suspects, and it should have been Brad Pitt for 12 Monkeys. I'm off. I'm off the charts. That's 1996 bullshit. It's probably going to be Cillian. I would like to say, Gosling will be in Barbie. He's a supporting actor, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's probably going to be Cillian.
DiCaprio snub. DiCaprio didn't make the cut for Killers of the Flower Moon. And I mean, he played a eccentric character that is a little comical at times with the facial expressions and the voice and all that. But he played a really good role. I thought he played that very well.
What is it about him that he's always a murderer in every role he plays. And they just overlook him.
I don't. Somehow in some of me, I can understand why. There was just something a little over the top and comical about his character at times in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But you look, Cillian Murphy, the movie that what, right? Actually Barbie did kind of outperform it. But just the leading man in the biggest drama movie of the year is just, come on, he's that guy this year.
He really is that guy in a way that I feel is overlooked in a sense. Like people call him Peaky Blinders guy, but look at every movie he's been in. He's been a different person entirely in everything he's been in. Mm-hmm. Even going back to Red Eye, he's good. So he's going to win.
Next, we got actress in the leading role.
We've got Lily Gladstone, Emma Stone. Then you've got Sandra Hüller. You've got Carey Mulligan, who many thought was going to be the favorite, and Annette Bening.
Oh, that's going to be a shoo-in Emma Stone, right? Like, she made you smell her role.
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so. Look, I'm not going to... Yeah, I'm going to take the Tropic Thunder logic, and you never go full, you know what.
Okay, maybe. Well, it's not going to be Annette Bening.
I think Emma Stone is in there, definitely. Lily Gladstone and Carey Mulligan are kind of...
Well, this is a hitter
right now.
This is a hitter, and I think it's just like Fry said. Fry is going to chime in at some point. This is the year of not subjugated women, but women who've been battered in some way. Besides, even Nyad, even Annette Bening's role, in a sense, this is the year of. It's going to be a tough one. This is going to be an upset, no matter who wins. I think this particular.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going with Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower
Okay.
Moon.
I'm just gonna guess Carey Mulligan.
For me, I'm going with Lily Gladstone. I think Emma Stone did a fantastic job in Poor Things, but I think the portrayal by Lily Gladstone was so necessary in 2024 and 2023 and fading into 2024. And I would love to see her get this award so we could see her speak in her native tongue as she's done the last two times she has won. I would not be shocked if Emma Stone takes this award, but again, my pick is going to be Lily Gladstone.
But I will say another one, actress who should have won that did not win, Requiem for a Dream, 2001. Ellen Burstyn was one of the most incredible performances ever, and she did not get the Oscar.
Deep cut. Yeah.
We got a winner. Ooh, we got a winner. Anyway, all right, now we got what's next? Supportings?
Yeah, we got actress in a supporting role. We've got Emily Blunt from Oppenheimer. Danielle Brooks from The Color Purple.
Oh, yeah.
America Ferrera in Barbie. Jodie Foster in Nyad. Or Divine Joy Randolph from The Holdovers.
Do you feel like America Ferrera is just like shoved in there, kind of?
Yeah. I don't love that one. I also don't love Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer. To be real with you, I think who is the one that I absolutely adore? That is also in Oppenheimer, the girl that goes crazy. Yes, Pugh. What's her first name?
Florence
Equally
Pugh.
Crazy. Florence Pugh. Yes,
yeah.
She played a better role in Oppenheimer. She played a more dramatic role, a more emotional role, more complex role. I feel like she should have had that, even though it's a smaller role. Oh God, this one is it's a crapshoot. Honestly, I'm gonna say off of experience, just name. I'm gonna say Jodie Foster in Nyad.
That's supporting. I go Jodie Foster. Honestly,
yeah.
The person she's portrayed as said that is her. So first of all, played the character perfectly because the human said, "Yeah, that's me." So that's automatically you're already at 90%. But the way that she filled that role of codependent relationship and a deep, let's say, mostly platonic, deep love for a friend, at least mostly platonic, if not 100% platonic, but the deep love you have for a friend that you've had your whole life, she hit that right on the head. Like, incredible. And then as a coach, she played the role of a coach as well, and it was like she did so good. Jodie Foster, please.
Divine Joy Randolph takes this. America Ferrera, shout out. You were amazing. The speech heard around the world in Barbie, but I think this is Divine Joy's award.
My last little note of from the past, Angela Bassett should have won supporting actor last year. Come on. She was the queen of Wakanda, dude. That speech she gave. Anyway, whatever. Moving on.
Yeah, I'll let you gush here for a second. This one, I don't really have that much skin in the game this year, but it's animated feature film.
Your big players in this one are going to be Nimona, Robot Dreams, Elemental, The Boy and the Heron, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And where I think Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is going to get the popular vote. It was a fantastic film. The animation was out of this world. It blew a lot of people away. I think that The Legend and The Boy and the Heron are going to take this race. I'm willing to bet quite a bit that Josh also is going to go with The Boy and the Heron.
Yeah, this is probably the only one I know the most about, or at least, this is the one I know the most about for sure. I didn't see Elemental. I feel like I don't need to see Elemental because I think that's where Pixar's at nowadays. Like, we kind of get it. Like, I don't know. Am I wrong?
It was very cool. The animation style, it was very cool, although it was a little contrived. It kind of just resembled things that have been done. Osmosis Jones, for one thing, it's like totally just copied a lot of that kind of.
That's old
swag. But yes, I really don't have that much skin in the game. I'm just gonna say, because I didn't like Elemental that much, I'm gonna say Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Nimona was incredible, especially if you look into how difficult it was for it to become able to view. Like, it went through a lot of red tape before it got finished, and it was good, and it was fresh. It was kind of newish, sort of. Boy and the Heron, absolutely beautiful, mostly hand-drawn film, but it's got to be Spider-Man, dude. Like,
Okay, yeah.
You look at Spider-Man and you say, oh, this is kind of like the first one, but it's so much more than the first one. You find out within the first 5 minutes, this is not just the same thing as the first one. Like, they double down a couple times.
Yeah.
And it's really magnificent. When you get into the fact that different characters are posing on different frame rates based on what kind of character they are, like, that's an amount of detail that is disgustingly magnificent.
Yeah.
This gets the Oscar, guaranteed.
Wow, you surprised me. I thought you were going to go Boy and the Heron, but
no, I'm not that pretentious. Spider-Man wins.
My next pick is going to be Best Score. So for Best Score, you've got Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Poor Things, Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny, and American Fiction. And I raved about the score in Poor Things. Killers of the Flower Moon has a legend behind the score, but I just think that this is Nolan's year, and I think Oppenheimer is going to have a Titanic-esque run at the Oscars. And I know we didn't think we'd ever see it again, but this is probably the year. So for Best Score, I am going to go with Oppenheimer. Best Production Design, you've got Poor Things, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Napoleon. Poor Things, the production design, the sets that they used were phenomenal, and it really puts you in a different world, but so did Barbie. And I think this is going to be a very tight race, but I think that Barbie is going to take production design here this year. So for Best Production Design, I'm going with Barbie. Next up, Best Makeup and Hairstyling. You've got Maestro, starring Bradley Cooper. You've got Poor Things, Oppenheimer, Society of the Snow, and Golda. For me, I like to get transported into a time without being too distracted. I'm really hoping that Maestro does not get the win here because Bradley Cooper was distracting. Okay, it wasn't great for me as far as best makeup and hairstyling was concerned. However, Poor Things losing best production design, I think takes this one. I think best makeup and hairstyling is going to go to Poor Things with this one. They did a fantastic job. Each section of that movie was very unique, and it placed you in a time or in a scene, and you felt like you were there. Best cinematography. And in this one, I'm going to go ahead and I would love to see Killers of the Flower Moon take this, but I'm going to go with Oppenheimer. Like I said, I think they're going to have a Titanic-esque run at this year's Oscars. So we're going with Oppenheimer for Best Cinematography.
All right, so this is the last one that Fry said that we absolutely have to touch on. So we've got Director.
Best Supporting Actor, you've got Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Gosling, Mark Ruffalo, Robert De Niro, and Sterling K. Brown. I loved Robert De Niro as the villain in Killers of the Flower Moon. I loved Mark Ruffalo as a villain of sorts in Poor Things, but Robert Downey, I don't know that it's his best performance, but for body of work, he's been a phenomenal actor. He was the perfect casting for Tony Stark and Iron Man, and I think he was the perfect casting in this role in Oppenheimer. So I think Robert Downey Jr., who is the favorite, takes Best Supporting Actor.
Best Director, Anatomy of a Fall, Justine Triet. Killers of the Flower Moon, we got Marty. Oppenheimer, we've got Christopher Nolan. Poor Things, we got Yorgos Lanthimos. I am Yorgos.
Okay.
And The Zone of Interest, Jonathan Glazer. And I am honestly going to go with, oh God, I'm on the bandwagon all the way. I guess it's Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer.
But I'm going to go with Christopher Nolan. Like I said, I think it's his year. I think it's Oppenheimer all day. And I don't I don't think that train's going to lose steam now. I think it's going to keep rolling through all the way to the big awards, and I think Christopher Nolan finally gets his Oscar for Oppenheimer.
I think
what I think is going to win is Marty. I think Scorsese is going to win, but I want Oppenheimer to win. I want Christopher Nolan to win.
Interesting. I think they might give it to Martin Scorsese, but they might. I mean, equally so. I think Nolan and Scorsese, I think, are both like neck and neck on this. I am a little bit butthurt that Greta Gerwig wasn't mentioned. She wasn't going to win, but she should be in the running for this because she did something. She did something. You remember when they made a movie called Battleship, and it was it was a big diaper. Equal intellectual property. Maybe not equal, but close. Like they made a movie about a toy, and it beat a Christopher Nolan film in the box office.
Mm-hmm.
She should get something, at least a nomination. So just because of that, I'm gonna go Scorsese because Nolan, just out of spite. I don't know. I haven't seen either film, so
yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna throw in so that's all the categories we really had to cover the biggies. But I'm gonna throw in my 2 cents about some of these things. I think. Obviously, if you watch Popcorn and Beers, you've seen our review on Poor Things, and I called that movie an abomination, but a beautiful, artistically beautiful abomination. I think every creative category goes to Poor Things, should go to Poor Things.
Really,
as far as things
hair,
like
makeup,
editing
costume.
and cinematography. The one exception was going to be costumes, and that was going to go to Barbie.
I think it would be an atrocity not to have Barbie get costumes because that's about 5% to maybe 15% of the whole movie. And the attention to detail, entire characters were made because of costumes. You know what I mean?
I can't give set design. I'd have to give set design and all of that stuff to Poor Things. The ships, the changing, the weird like in between things going on where it's like in between different acts. They would have like these weird things going on, and it was unworldly. It was crazy. It was great.
I saw some things in the trailer and I was like, what is happening here? So maybe you're right there. Maybe Barbie doesn't
hair and makeup
there. Also that
Poor Things as well.
Yeah,
I give that to Poor Things. Let's see, we've got original song. So let's see what this is about. The Fire Inside, Flamin' Hot, a great movie. I don't remember the song at all, but I really loved that movie.
Billie Eilish wins.
I'm Just Ken. Mark Ronson.
I'm Just Ken wins.
From Barbie. Yeah, It Never Went Away, American Symphony. Don't know that one, unfortunately. It is written by John Batiste, who is a fabulous musician, but don't know it.
Yes, he is. He's great.
Wazazaze, A Song for My People from Killers of the Flower Moon.
No.
Okay. And What Was I Made For from Barbie, Billie Eilish.
Yeah, that What Was I Made For is truly a beautiful song, like in and of itself. I'm Just Ken that's a movie song, and it's good. It's great. It's wonderful, and I would listen to that the rest of my life. But the Billie Eilish song is really good, dude. Unless you're over Billie Eilish by now. Some folks are.
I don't think so. I'm not. We'll close it out with this one. How about this? Visual effects. We've got The Creator, Godzilla Minus One, which I have not seen, but I would love to see. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, or Napoleon.
Napoleon Dynamite?
Say, the only one I haven't seen is Godzilla Minus One. So if you exclude that, the only really great movie out of this group was Guardians of the Galaxy, like actual movie. But just visual effects, oof, that's tough. I'm not going to say Napoleon because it's a historical. I want like some sci-fi. When I'm thinking visual effects, I want some sci-fi stuff.
That's a problem with this category because what they accomplished, the layman doesn't really understand. Like me, I wouldn't be able to tell you what Napoleon did unless I really looked for it. You know what I mean? But Guardians of the Galaxy was beautiful.
Yeah, I want to give it to The Creator. Honestly, that movie got crapped on on our show and review. I honestly didn't think it was that bad. The visual effects were fantastic. The way they made these robot hybrid people look so cool and realistic, and all that. But it's going to go to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 for sure.
Yes.
Or Godzilla -1. I haven't seen it. It could go to Godzilla, but I'm going to say my pick is Guardians of the Galaxy.
It might be Godzilla because they had a low budget and they still smashed it. Like it's. I got a friend who is the Godzilla fan, and he said this is the best Godzilla ever. And
I believe it.
A lot of internet folks are saying the same. So it might be Gojira. Anyway, all right, that's all we got left.
Yeah.
Well, I got $1,000 riding on this. I hope we make it. Hey, we're gonna see you guys next week, hopefully Tuesday, and we're gonna talk about our 2 drunk classics this week. It's gonna be Life, which we discussed talking about, and then we also have another one. Clue is coming. It's a classic. It's a whodunit. It's a board game. Speaking of Barbie and Battleship, we'll see what you think.
Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, you can reach us at Popcorn and Beer on X. Please follow us, like, subscribe, rate, and review. Leave a comment. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what we can do better. We will see you next week.
And we'll talk to you soon. We'll see you at the movies. Love you. No way.